If you have been active on the book side of the internet lately, which means BookTok, BookTube, Bookstagram, anywhere wherein we talk about books on the internet, you will be aware that January 30th is a very important day for the book community as a whole, because one of the book community's most anticipated new releases for this year and most widely talked about, gushed about, waited for book is being released, and that is no other than Sarah J Maas' new book, House of Flame and Shadow. Now, this is actually the third book in the Crescent City series, and I just wanted to join in on the hype with the others who have all been raving about Sarah J Maas. But the funny thing is, I have not read a single Sarah J Maas book. I just want to be in with it. So the hype is real. It has gotten to me. Every single thing that's coming up in my feed lately is just people waiting for January 30th to come by so they can read their new book for Crescent City. And so I thought, why don't I read the books too and get in with everyone else? A little bit of research later from the professionals in the Sarah J Maas fandom, I actually found out that you are supposed to be reading all 3 of her series in a specific order so you don't spoil anything for yourself. And so by that I mean you're supposed to be reading ACOTAR series first, Throne of Glass, and then lastly Crescent City. And knowing how thick her fantasy novels are, I found out very soon that it's not possible physically for me to read the entire series or all 3 of them, so I can be in with the whole hype and in with everyone else who's excited for the new Crescent City book. What I did find out was I could start reading ACOTAR for a vlog so we can still get excited about Sarah J Maas' new release, because today is January the 28th as I'm filming this video. It's later in the evening and it's still bright outside, which is good. And I think it's finally time I start A Court of Thorns and Roses, a very highly anticipated book on my physical TBR, and I'm just really excited. So hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackie and let's get on into our ACOTAR reading vlog. It's been a long time coming. I've never actually read this book before. Like I said, I haven't looked up spoilers. I don't know anything. I've actually been dodging and avoiding all the fan art, all the edits that have been coming in my feed, just because I don't want to go into this book knowing that something is spoiled ahead. I want to go in blind. And so guess what? I literally don't even know what the back of the book says. I'm just going in completely blind. Anytime some booktuber uploads a video about reading this or they upload their review of it, I skip past. I know people love it. I just don't know how they think about this. I do know the second book is very vastly loved, but I don't know much about this one, so I'm going in completely blind and let's just read this together. I got it on Christmas Day as one of my Christmas gifts, but the thing is, I tried to read a couple of pages back then and I was a little intimidated by Sarah J Maas' writing style, because maybe I'm just not smart enough for fantasy. I'm just a romance girly at heart. So I'm a bit scared, but let's just go into it. Let's see what comes out of it. Maybe this might become my new favorite book, because I've not read a fantasy book since the Harry Potter series, which I read back in middle school. And I have been reading a lot, especially last year I managed to read 80 books. And now I'm just really excited to get back into fantasy, you know. Will this be like the series I read in middle school? I don't know, who knows. But it could be good, it could be better, we shall see. And I don't know, I'm just gonna go start reading now, okay? I'm a little excited, a little nervous, but mostly I'm just excited. So let's get into it. Hi guys, so it's been a little bit since I gave you guys the intro, and I've actually gone ahead and started with ACOTAR. I'm going to call it that because, you know, the initials, they spell out ACOTAR. You probably know that. I think I'm just dumb, but I've actually started ACOTAR and I'm here to talk to you about it. I managed to finish chapter 1. It's not been very long since I updated, but I finished chapter 1, and I don't know why I was so nervous about getting into this book, especially about the writing style, because now that I'm reading it again, maybe I was just stressed back on Christmas Day, because this is just so nice. It's flowing so well. There's nothing confusing about it. Rather, I think it's very beautiful, it's very poetic, it's written very lyrical, which is a lot for a fantasy book especially, because the only thing I've ever read is Harry Potter and I don't think that was like that. I don't remember though, so don't hold me to it, because it's been a few years, literally, since I've read that. But this book, I'm actually really enjoying it, and now I think I can give a bit of like a brief synopsis of the story, because I do know what goes on in the first chapter, and I did end up finally reading the back, because now, in my opinion, I've started reading ACOTAR. I can't really spoil anything for myself. I don't know. But essentially, ACOTAR, Thorns and Roses is about this girl called Farah. I hope I'm saying that right, I'm not too sure. I have been avoiding reviews for a reason, but also maybe that was a bad idea because I don't know how to say anyone's names and they're a little confusing. But essentially, Farah, she is like this huntress, she hunts, and her family is a little on the poorer side. So it's winter time, they don't really have anything to eat, so she goes out to hunt again, and she actually comes across this wolf, and she decides, okay, you know what? If I hunt the wolf, if I kill it, and if I sell the skin of the wolf, I will get enough gold to feed my family for a month. Which in her head is very good considering that the entire village is suffering from poverty at the time because it's like very harsh, the winter. So she decides, okay, you know what? She's gonna take the chance and kill the wolf. But the thing is, the wolf could be a fairy, and if it's a fairy, there have been like past battles with the fairies in their town, and basically the fairies are evil creatures as described in chapter 1. And so she just takes the chance, she risks it, she kills the wolf. And then I read the back of the book, and from what I can tell, she killed the wrong wolf because the wolf turned out to be a fairy. So now I don't really know what happens next, but I just know she's gonna get taken to the fairyland, whatever, as punishment. And let's just read some more. So far so good. The writing, again, like I said, beautiful. Why was I so scared? I do not understand. But I'm really loving this book, honestly. But so far, again, so good. It's flying by. I maybe took like 15 minutes to read that bit, and it was pretty good, honestly. I'm super pumped. Let's just go on with it. Okay guys, quick update. I'm 4 chapters into ACOTAR now, or at least I've reached chapter 4, and that's about 30 pages in. But the point is, she killed the wrong wolf. I think I said that already. Someone just broke down into her cottage to come get her, come punish her, and I think from what I read at the back, I think it's gonna be the guy Tamlin, who is the fairy who comes gets her. And it's so funny because in all the edits, I hope this is not a spoiler, I am not too sure if it is, but in all the edits I keep hearing the name Rysand, I'm not too sure, but here Tamlin is described as the love interest, and I haven't really read any, so I don't know, but up until chapter 4 it looks like Tamlin has come to get her. Someone's broken down the door to their cottage, it's a beast, they're all freaking out, someone's come to get the revenge, the few debts that are owed, whatever. But honestly it's confusing because I've been hearing about Rysand being a love interest and suddenly it's Tamlin, so I'm assuming Rysand is going to be like a side character, I'm not too sure. I'm flying through this book, I'm having such a good time. I don't know, I need to stop coming and updating so many times at this point because it's physically hurting me to tear myself away from this book because the story is just so enthralling. But I've been listening to like a fantasy playlist on my phone and it's just hitting. I will show you which one in a sec, but it's been hitting, the vibes are amazing. This feels like a movie I'm watching, and the fantasy playlist that I've been listening to is just instrumentals, but it feels like the soundtrack, and that's just so perfect in my mind. It goes together and I'm having the best time ever. So I don't understand why I've put this off, even though it's been on my like radar since I don't even know how long, since I joined the book community at this point, which was back in 2022. And that's just concerning to me. Why did I do that when this is just such a good book? I'm kind of mad at myself, but also I'm grateful I kept it off up until right now because I can see why people are obsessed with Sarah J Maas's books. They're actually pretty good, and I think they deserve the hype. So far, like I said, the hype feels valid, it's good, and I'm just gonna continue reading now, okay? It's actually hurting me to not know what happens next. I'm binging this book, I'm having a good time. And I think I'm gonna go and read at least up until like 100 pages before I come update next time, because otherwise this vlog is gonna be huge and a pain to edit and watch, because I think I'm boring. But yeah, I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna read, not pull myself away from it. We shall see. And yeah, this is really good so far. Hi guys, so now it's the next afternoon. It is 1:39. It kind of got late today, but that was because I was getting ready and I just woke up late and everything went a little late. But that's okay, I have finally reached the 100-page mark. So I'm on page 103, that's chapter 12. And this is how far of the book that is. So I've read this much and this much is left. And honestly, so far so good. Now before you think it actually took me from last evening's clip till right now to read the book, it didn't actually. A couple of things came up, work related, and I had to go urgently get them done. But now that it's over, I think I have the entirety of today, basically from right now in the afternoon to all evening, to be reading this book and seeing how much of it I can finish or binge, and I'm really excited. So since I have nothing else to do, I'm just gonna go continue reading now. The 100-page update was just to come in, give my thoughts, but right now, honestly, I'm loving it. Nothing has really changed since the last time I spoke. The chapters in this are very small, or they, at least in my head, as per fantasy, they're smaller, and they're like about 10 pages each, which that could be the normal case in fantasy. Do not hold me to it. I don't read fantasy. This is maybe my first one in years, like I said, and I'm enjoying it. There have been developments in the story since the last time. Turns out there's this like blight spreading across the land, and it's affecting the fairies' powers, but it's gonna affect the humans at some point as well. And now Farah, our main character, I'm not too sure if that's how you really pronounce her name, I'm sorry, again, do not hold me to anything in this video, but Farah, I don't know if she's actually gonna go ahead and like try to fix it or whatever, but there's like this shadow, it's described at the back of the book, and in the book they call it a blight or like a plague, a sickness that's infecting the lands and their powers, and that's what's going on in the story so far. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. It's written very fast-paced. Like, I'm reading the beginning of the chapter, I'm listening to my playlist. I don't know where the time is flying, and suddenly I'm flipping to the end of the chapter and I'm just like, wow, I just finished the chapter. So maybe that means I should just get into fantasy and read more fantasy because I'm having such a good time. And if you've got any fantasy recommendations similar to ACOTAR for me, please leave them in the comments. I'm really enjoying. Let me know if Fourth Wing is similar too, because I've heard it is and I do own that. So I will read it at some point because, you know, ACOTAR. But let me know. Yeah, this book is also definitely like destigmatizing fantasy for me, because in my head fantasy is supposed to be for like smart people who actually understand stuff, but this is very easy. I'm like grasping it in a second. I'm just like, why did I put off reading it for so long? I'm having a good time, and it's not all about people sitting on horses and riding horses 24/7, because again, that is another fantasy misconception I had. And honestly, I just want to get into fantasy, so maybe this could be the start of my new fantasy era, who knows. But like I said, I'm enjoying this book a lot right now. I've already gone and looked up the second book, and I'm probably gonna place an order for it today from Amazon, because my local bookstore, it turns out they have this book and they have the novella. I think it's like blue in color, but they don't actually have the second book in the series, which is, I think, the green covered one. Look, so they have this book, the novella, and they have ACOTAR, the one I'm holding, but I need this one. So I'm gonna probably go order it from Amazon, see when it gets in, and continue the series. Let me know if you want a vlog of me continuing it as well, and I'll read the next couple of books in it, who knows. But again, so far so good. I've 100% seen myself continuing the series and reading more of Sarah J Maas's work in the future, and this is definitely not overrated from what I can tell right now. The story's just picked right into it, it's gone into it. There's no dawdling or dwindling or whatever, and yeah, I'm really enjoying her, and I'm enjoying her book. So that's good. The hype is valid so far and I'm loving it. I'm very concerned for a riddle that's supposed to come at the back of the book, because I did end up watching a couple of vlogs since I started. But I don't know what the riddle is about. People just say it's like easy to guess. So we shall see if I guess it, and I'm super excited. I don't think I've been this happy or like wanting to read a book in such a long time, because I think I've been in a bit of like a book slump, and this is getting me out of it. So that's a good sign. And yeah, this is your sign. If you haven't read ACOTAR, please go read it. I'm having a good time, honestly. I'm gonna go continue now. I'm gonna see how much of the way I can get before I come update next time. Maybe halfway. That would be a good point to come. The book is around like 420 pages, I believe. Yeah, it's 419 pages. So I'm gonna read some. I'm gonna come back once I'm like about halfway, or if I have anything to say, and let's just talk then. I will see you guys. So far so good. This is looking up to be a very highly rated book, and I'm gonna go read now. Bye. Wearing my comfy clothes, aka PJs I got for Christmas, so I can sit here and binge read ACOTAR all day long. I'm just so excited. I'm loving this book, honestly. I don't know if you can tell yet. I hope you can, but I'm really enjoying it, and that's the reason I bought this, and I'm having a good time. So I'm gonna continue now. This is just such a good book. This is the playlist I'm listening to. It is so good. I just can't get over it. People listen to this while reading Fourth Wing, but I think it completely matches ACOTAR like very well. Like, it speeds up and it slows down at the right places according to my reading, and I'm having such a good time. So I highly recommend you guys check this one out if you want to read ACOTAR with some instrumentals and you don't want words in a song disturbing you. Number 1, the writing style in the scene on page 106 is beautiful, and number 2, it keeps reminding me of House Moving Castle, the movie, because I'm not really sure if this happened in the book, the scene, but this is so House Moving Castle coded. I'm just smiling, and I think he's a little down bad for her. Or maybe that's just my romance part of the mind speaking, because I love romance anywhere. But this scene is so cute. I'm just giggling. I'm not supposed to be, but I hope something happens and they end up together. I don't know. I'm enjoying this. I don't know why I think this is beautifully written, but just listen to it. No trace of the hollow, cold warrior of the night before, or of the angry, faint noble of minutes before. Just Tamlin right now, it seemed. I don't get it. She writes like such a queen, but also apparently she wrote this book at 16. I could not imagine writing this at 16. Sarah J Maas, she's a genius, and I think I'm a stan now. This is on the same page, but I really couldn't help myself. I just had to come in. But he shook his head, and his golden hair caught and held the morning light as if it was spun from the sun itself. Why is that the most beautiful thing ever? I need to read more fantasy. I love this. Hi guys, so I'm gonna give you a little mini reading update before I go off to bed because it's kind of late right now. It's 1:50. Tell me how I stayed up reading this book for so long. But also, it is the new day, which means it is the release day for Sarah J Maas' new book. Happy House of Flame and Shadow release day to everyone who's celebrating. This day should be a world holiday just because of how amazing her books are and how, honestly, if I was reading that series, if I was in the middle of it, I'd probably just want to die to continue because the way this book is making me feel right now is it's not like anything I've read before, and it's crazy and I'm loving it. So far, this is how far in I've made it. I'm on chapter 21, page 189, and I'm actually stopping at this point right now because I think a new character just got introduced. I'm at the halfway point almost. Like I said, I'd come in. And it took me the day to read it because fantasy, again, I'm getting into it. It's a little harder for me to read, but this book is amazing. I'm loving it. The plot, the way it's structured and it flows, the way every chapter has something you have to look forward to, and the book is not slowing down or dragging out or anything. I'm loving it. But I've decided to stop here for right now because a new character just got introduced, like I said. And the way he's described, I'm kind of assuming in my head that it's recent. The guy I was talking about earlier from Instagram edits and stuff like that. And if it is recent, and thinking of all the people who on Book Talk, BookTube, everywhere, they swoon over him, I want to wake up with a fresh mind and then read the rest and continue it. And then hopefully get into my full thoughts about it. But again, so far so good. I'm loving Tamlin. I hope recent is not a love interest for our main character, Feyre. I don't like love triangles, that kind of suck. Hopefully he's for one of her sisters or something. But for now, Feyre and Tamlin. How did I go about reading romance books for so long when I could have been reading romance subplots and fantasy books, which is superior every single time? Because the little bits and crumbs you're getting, the little snippets, are everything. I'm living for them right now. I'm loving anything that's coming our way. She has paced the story out so well. I'm not bored. I'm completely entertained. I'm just sitting there in the same spot reading the entire time, not stopping. I had to be called to go in for dinner because I literally forgot, which is saying a lot considering I haven't done that in quite a while now. And I'm feeling all these extreme visceral emotions that I haven't felt in a long time from a book, to the point where I forgot that you even feel that from words on a page. And these characters that aren't even real, they don't exist, they're making me feel all these things. I'm feeling sad for specific people in their past. I'm feeling happy when, happy things happen. I'm just really connected with these people, and this is, again, like I said earlier, looking up still to be a highly rated book of mine, and I'm having a good time. So that's my little update before I go off to bed. Right now I'm a bit tired, as you can probably tell, but this book is so good. I definitely have a favorite character. If you've read this and if you know who Lucian is, you cannot come after me in my defense. I swoon over every single character who's sarcastic and has a traumatic backstory, so I feel so bad for him. But also I'm loving Lucian and the things he says, the things he does. So far he's probably my favorite character. Feyre, she's such a girl boss. The only thing I hate is how badly her family treated her and how she was forced to go hunt in the first place, and the stuff she had to go through. Because she had a dad, she had 2 elder sisters, and she being the youngest out of the family, she was still forced out of necessity to go and hunt and do all these things. And I feel terrible, but she's such a girl boss, she's such a queen. Again, I'm loving her as a main character. I love this book so far. I can't get enough of it. I'm going to go and order the rest of the entire series. I'm just gonna go do it, whatever, because I can't help it. I need this. The way I know it's gonna stack up in like the little rainbow, like little order sequence is gonna look so cute. The cover, I wish you could feel it, but it's like pastel matte or something. It feels so nice. So I'm also trying not to crack the spine because I think they look like pretty lined up. So I'm having a good time right now, except I'm trying not to crack the spine. So it's a little hard to read, but that's fine. Even if it does get cracked, I'm not going to be mad at myself. I just want to enjoy it right now. And with the playlist that's going, I'm having such a good time. But I'd hopefully like not to crack it, so we could line it up on the shelf, make it look all pretty. And yeah, that's my update so far. I'm loving this book. That's all you really need to know. So far, so good. ACOTAR, don't know why I didn't read it earlier. Wish I did. This book deserves all the hype right now. It is so good. The way it's flowing, the way the plot is structured, the way it's keeping you going, and I'm not feeling really stupid because it's still a fantasy. There's world building, but it's done so well. It's just really nice. There are so many amazing things. I can't find a single criticism with this book. And like I said, it's looking up to be highly rated. But yeah, good night. I'm gonna see you guys now, hopefully in the morning. I'm a bit tired. And we will just continue. We will see where we get. I have been recommending this to everyone I have spoken to over text in the past 10 hours. And I didn't go on my phone very much today. So if I spoke to someone on text, the only reason I spoke was to recommend this book, which is saying a lot. And I'm going to go to bed now. So good night. So I mentioned it briefly last night, but now that it's morning, it's hitting harder. Happy House of Flame and Shadow release date to every single person watching, even though this probably doesn't come out on the day it gets released. But I have gone to bed theorizing the entire night. Yesterday I didn't get too much sleep. That just shows how much I want to read this book. So I think it's time that I pick it up this morning again. It's early outside, so I want to pick it, I want to read it, hopefully finish it, and give you my thoughts. So I'm halfway into the book now, and I think I'm just going to go take it and continue because I have not been able to stop thinking about it since, and that's a good sign. Okay guys, so as you can tell, it is a lot later outside right now, and on the clock it's 8:40. I can't confirm it because my phone battery died out, and you know why I did? Because I sat here the whole evening reading this book, listening to my playlist, and as it turns out I didn't pay attention to the battery, so it died out, and now I'm left heartbroken without even a phone that works. So I can go look up edits and fan theories, but that's also a good thing because I don't want to ruin anything of the book. So I made it to page 255, chapter 29. This is how far in I am. This is what I've read, and this is what I have left. And that's about like 150 pages, 170 pages in total left. Which honestly, I'm a little nervous because if the book ended on this note at the end of chapter 28, if it ended on page 254, chapter 28, I would be crying my heart out. I'd just be like really sad because the way something happened, I can't tell you because this is a spoiler-free vlog, but something happened and now I just feel like there's nothing good left, you know, in this world. Like it's all just so bleak and miserable and sad. Why are words on a paper making me feel this way? I do not understand. I haven't felt emotions as viscerally and as strongly since my last 5-star read last year, which was I think back in like November, maybe October, The Unmaking of June Farrow, in case you're wondering. And the way this book is making me feel those things again, I think I said earlier, I have forgotten the feelings, but I'm feeling it so much stronger, and I'm just so connected to these characters that whatever the author, she's doing to them, it's hurting me physically too. Sarah J Maas, she decided that she's gonna wake up, she's gonna pick a dagger up, she's gonna slice it repeatedly through my heart, and then take it out, stomp on it, leave it on the ground to bleed, and then just walk away because she found it funny for her leisure. Because what she did to these people, I wanted to cry so bad. I was holding it in because I just could not take it. It was physically impossible to continue reading at some point. I just wanted to stop. I love Tamlin so much. I'm a Tamlin girly. I'm Team Tamlin, whatever happens. This man, the things he has done for her. And also, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this character called Recent. I think Recent. I don't know. I have to look up the way it's pronounced. But he was introduced. His character was like shown and whatever. I don't know why he did it, but I hate him. I hate him so truly, so deeply. I just hate him with a burning hatred, and I cannot tell you why, but I hate him. Tamlin, I love him though. The way the things are happening in this book right now, like I said, I'm heartbroken. I'm kind of shook. I didn't want that to happen, but it did. Because, she wrote this book like years ago. She's not gonna, take my opinions into consideration, which, whatever. But I'm sad now. I'm truly feeling miserable. I don't know if I should continue. I will continue maybe. Not knowing is gonna kill me. But also, I want them to be happy. I love these characters. Feyre has already gone through so much with her family in the past. And now she's just being given so much trauma. I feel bad for them, honestly. And then there's all these other things going on. Basically, there are plot developments. It's moved further along, and if I thought the pacing of this book was good earlier when I read it, the way this has picked up, I was literally not able to put it down to come update. I only did because my phone battery ran out and I want to listen to the music while I'm reading. I'm probably just going to sit there while it's charging and listen now because I need to continue reading. But the way it's written right now, I can't put it down. There is literally something happening every chapter. I'm just going through it. When I started reading this book in the morning, there were little things happening leading up to bigger things, but now there are all these bigger things stacked up, and I just want to see how we go from here, how it gets resolved. I'm conflicted and I'm confused, and I want them to get a happy ending. Okay, is that wrong to wish for? I'm just a girl who wants my favorite people happy, even though they're not real. But that hurts my delusions. I love this book so far. I am 100% continuing with the series, even though I already said that. I just feel so empty right now. I need them to be happy, okay? And I'm telling you this as if, you know if it gets happy or not, which you probably do because you've probably read it or not, I don't know. But if you haven't read it, please literally just stop this video right here where you are. Go, run to the nearest bookstore, buy a copy of this book, read it, and then tell me your opinions when you get to the end of chapter 28, 28, and then beginning of chapter 29, because what was that? I'm sorry, what? I'm in my feels right now, and this is not good for my mental health, but I'm hurting, okay? And I'm just gonna continue hurting. I'm gonna continue reading. I don't know, honestly. I'm probably just gonna binge the rest of this. I'm trying to slow read it and enjoy it as much as I can because I don't have the next book on me. But I'm probably just gonna go and binge this now, finish the book, we will see. I hope it gets resolved. I hope they get their happy ending. I just feel so bad right now. I'm so sad. Why did that have to happen? I hate Recent. I'm probably gonna regret saying that because people love him. But for now, I hate him. And Tamlin, I love him so much. And that's it for the update. It's long. I'm gonna go. I should probably just continue reading because I really want to. I can't process anything. I can't focus. I can't function. I'm just going now. Bye. I'm screaming so hard right now, and if the camera is shaking, it's because I'm kind of trembling because shit is going down. Wait, I don't want to spoil it for you, but something happened. Something went wrong. I can't tell you because this is spoiler free. But I am freaking out right now. I hope I don't finish this before I have the second book in my hand because I don't know how I'm gonna live without knowing the way the story pans out. I love this book so much. This might be my next 5-star. First 5-star read of mine for this year, which is so crazy. But something happened, and if you've read the book, chapter 34, shit is going down. I know I've stopped mid-chapter, but something kind of just happened. And I'm celebrating now. If you've read it, you know, but I'm celebrating with pasta, and I love pasta, so that's kind of perfect. I have my book with me, I have the pasta, I'm happy. This is what I want my life to be like, pasta and books, that's all. It's 2:33 as you can tell, and I just finished reading ACOTAR. 2:34. I just finished ACOTAR and then I saw this in my book. There's like a chapter or something of like the next book, but it's like 2:30 and I just finished, and if I start this I'm just gonna keep binging it. And I already know that I'm gonna buy the second book tomorrow. I'm going into the bookstore in the city and I'm gonna get it because I have to. So should I just start this right now or should I go to bed? Because I'm tired as well. But also, the way it ended, it wasn't a cliffhanger, it was more like bleak hope, but I loved it. And I kind of want to start this. So, we shall see. So it was as I was editing that I realized that I never actually came and gave an outro to this video, gave my final thoughts on ACOTAR. So I was gonna come record this clip like half an hour, 45 minutes ago, and it's currently 1:52 on February the 3rd. And guess what I did for the past 40-45 minutes? I was on Pinterest looking up ACOTAR fan art because I can't get enough of that world and I'm still processing what happened. I'm still stuck there. But anyway, it's time for my final thoughts on A Coat of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, which I have finally completed. So like I said, it's almost 2 a.m. on February 3rd. I actually finished it at 2:30 a.m. on February the 1st. But I did not come in and update that day because I was just up till like 4 looking up fan theories and fan art and just stuff like that for the first book only. I also managed to catch up on all the content that I skipped out on for the first book, and I'm like up to date now, I think, or at least I like to believe I am, because there was just so much to go through and I've just been going through it the past couple of days. I think I'm huge in my little ACOTAR era, in my fantasy era. So like I said again, if you've got recs, please leave them in the comments for me. But about the book itself, I know I was saying that I was loving it, I was binging it, all of that. But I think I'm gonna finally end up, or at least I've been thinking about it the past couple of days, and I want to give it like a 4.5 stars. And that is not a bad rating before anyone comes at me and says, oh my god, you said it's going to be like a 5. 4.5 is good. And the only reason I'm not giving it 5 is because a couple of scenes, they fell a little short for me. It felt a little dragged out, and I feel like it is the first book, so world building is necessary, and I understand why that happened. But it just didn't hit that 5-star feeling for me. But I am 100% sure that one of the other books in the series is gonna do that for me, because from what I found out from my little like online ACOTAR scrolling time, the second book, which is I think mostly romance based, is very well loved. People love that so much, and people really love that, like I said. But that is like their top favorite book or whatever. Everyone seems to be giving it 5 stars. It's got like a really high average rating on Goodreads, and so I'm really excited for that. And so I finished it at like 2:30 a.m. was up till like 4. Woke up first thing in the morning very early because I actually managed to convince my dad, which shout out to him. I love him so much. He is amazing. World's best dad. I convinced him to take me to the bookstore in the town to go and buy the next couple of books in ACOTAR. I went in with the plan of only buying A Coat of Mist and Fury, which is the second book. It is huge. But I went to buy this, and then he was just like, you know what, get the next one as well. And I was like, okay, you know what, I will. And in my defense, he told me to get it, so I got this as well. It's shrink wrapped, as you can tell. This one I popped it open because I just couldn't wait. I haven't started it officially because I have a couple of videos planned for February that I want to work on right now, but I am not able to focus on those because I just want to read this now. And so if you guys would like a separate reading vlog on this, let me know in the comments. But for right now, back to my little thoughts on ACOTAR. The fact that this book made me want to run out and buy the next couple of books in the series is crazy to me, because I haven't done that in years now. I don't think I've ever done it. And the fact that it is fantasy, it is epic fantasy, but I understood it. It's high fantasy, and I understood it, high stakes, whatever. I was able to comprehend. I pretty much understood what happened in the plot, and then I didn't have to go watch explanation videos for this, which was also nice because I actually understood it. I don't think I need it. I might, because I'm in my ACOTAR era, but for now I don't think I need it, which that just goes to show this doesn't make you feel stupid. You can just directly go into this like I did after not having read fantasy for years, after having read Harry Potter as my only fantasy base. And it was great, honestly. I feel like this is the setting stone for what we consider romantasy in this time, in this like era right now, because it wasn't really a genre back when this was published, but right now it's like branched out, it specifically becomes something. And I feel like this was a very good like setting stone, setting example, because the plot is so well balanced out, is so well structured, but there is romance in it. And when the plot like slows down a little bit, there's romance you can look forward to. And when there isn't anything like romance heavy, there is something going on in the plot. So there's like a cliffhanger, or there's some high epic fantasy situation going on. I'm not too sure. But just know the way both of them are balanced together, it doesn't take away from the book, it doesn't take away from the story. I feel like it only adds to it. And the way they were just done together so well, they were balanced out. They were balanced very well, to the point where I was just like, how did a human write this book? Honestly, it was so good. The little ending that got me there, I thought everyone was just gonna end up dying. They didn't. Go read the book if you haven't. I also believe I said that there was gonna be a riddle at the end of the book or something like that that people keep talking about. And I actually got to that part and I kind of solved it, I'm gonna say, because they did give like a couple of clues afterward, and that's how I guessed it before it was like coming up in the end, the final reveal. But yeah, I'm actually pretty proud. I was a little intimidated, but I kind of got it. So it wasn't like, it was a little intimidating to read first because the way it's written is like a little fancy, but once you like get what's going on, I feel like it's very easy. I got it. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. The book is written in a very like easy to read style, but also it's so lyrical and poetic. There are all these things in it that I just feel like going back through it and like marking stuff down, and honestly I just love it. I also really love Tamlin, who is our main like love interest, I think, in this book. That's what I'm saying for now. From what I figured out online, most people do not think so after reading. But for now, I love Tamlin, I love what's going on. She wrote this book at 16, which is very remarkable to me. I'm pretty sure I said that earlier, but also how, because I don't understand, okay? She's such a genius for having done that at 16. And also, I actually realized from watching a couple of vlogs that this thing over here is not some random design, it's actually the beast she kills, the wolf. And that makes so much sense to the story right now that I'm like looking at these patterns and I can like tell what they are. So that is also fun. Yeah, this definitely broke fantasy down for me, and suddenly I'm like not scared to go into it. I actually want to read more. And maybe this, like I said, might be the new start of my like fantasy era or something. That's gonna be fun. But I really love this book. I'm so excited to continue with the series now that I have it. I'm gonna give you guys a little mini like book haul, whatever. I'm just gonna show you really quick because I think this is gonna be in another video. So these are the books I got. But if it's gonna be in another video, I'm showing you that in depth later. That's just a quick little brief, you can see what I got haul kind of situation. I don't know. But ACOTAR, I loved it. I recommend. And now that we've reached the end of the vlog, if you haven't put the phone down yet, if you haven't put down your whatever you're watching this on, put it down. You can skip this part, whatever. Just go buy this book. Read it. Read it. Please read it. I have made 4 different people pick up reading this since I have ended finishing like reading it, whatever, because I wrote this like whole rant review on Goodreads. I think it's like really long. It's like the size of a novel. I went and updated my Snapchat. I've made 4 people start reading this. And my friends are not readers. I don't think any of them actually read. A couple of them do, but they don't really read this stuff. So the fact that I managed to convince so many people to get to reading it is incredible to me. I think I'm gonna get my mom into it as well because it's just so good and she needs to read it. And yeah, that's it. From what I figured out, this is also apparently like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I can see how that works out and I can see, you know, how it does. But yeah, I think you should just go in with the mindset that it's not exactly fully emphasizing Beauty and the Beast, but when you get towards the end you will understand how, and then it clicks for you. At least that's how it did for me. And yeah, I wouldn't really say it's a spoiler, but also just go into this book knowing it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling and don't look anything up because you will ruin it for yourself otherwise. And then the way it's written like a retelling is so beautiful and magical, and the world, the way it's described, I love it. So it's got every aspect of the genre covered. It's got the romance, it's got the fantasy, it's got the balance. I really love this book. I'm giving it a 4.5, and I hope you enjoyed watching me read ACOTAR in my first little like non-themed vlog. I'm just reading a specific book for the vlog, and vlogging what I think about it. I think this vlog was a success because I'm like continuing the series. I'm loving it. I'm in the deepest trenches of the first book right now and looking it up everywhere I go. Reddit fan theories, fan art. I'm checking up Instagram pages for ACOTAR. It's really fun, but also it's probably not good because I might come across a spoiler for the next few books, which I would not like. But everything online is just so beautiful, so creative, and all these people who have been like gathered together by Sarah J Maas, it's a whole fandom that I'm so proud that I can finally say I'm a part of, and that I finally read this book. So that's the best feeling ever. But anyway, thank you, like I said, for coming along with this like little ACOTAR reading vlog with me. Let me know if you'd like a themed vlog, like I said, for the next couple of books in the series. So I've got ACOMorph and ACOWar, which is about the war, whatever. But let me know your thoughts. If you've read this book, I need someone instantly to come and just talk to me about it. Give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think, because that ending, I'm a little shook. It felt a bit... The book, it felt like it had aspects of Howl's Moving Castle, Harry Potter, and The Unmaking of June Farrow, all three of which are 5-star reads for me. And so the fact that, you know, it gave me that just says a lot. But if you've read those, you should probably go into this knowing that it's a little like those, and maybe it's just going to elevate your experience like it did for me. So that's all I'm going to say for now. I mean, I literally, in my haul, I ended up actually buying the 25th exclusive edition anniversary thing of Harry Potter. It's so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. But basically, you can tell my obsessions, and this was the perfect book to read in this vlog. Like I said, if you want any more bookish vlogs on any specific book, let me know. If you've got like any other book you want me to be reading as well, because I've got like a bunch of them that I want to get to eventually. And so if anyone wants anything, comment it down below. I will do it. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming with me. This has been one very, very long update, but all has gone in to say that you have to go read this book right now. I also personally think that the way this book ended was like it was as realistic as a fantasy book can end, and that sounds so funny and so just weird to say in one sentence. But yeah, it ended semi-realistically for at least a fantasy book, to the point where I'm actually kind of excited and nervous to see how it continues into the next book and how Sarah J Maas picks it right up after that. Because the ending, it wasn't necessarily happy. Like, yeah, the characters survived, yeah, they're all together, but you know what I mean? It ended on a note of bleak hope, which is not bad, but now I'm kind of dying to continue and read the next book, which is also amazing considering now that I have it, I can probably do that, but I have other videos to work on, so we shall see. But yeah, the way it ended, it's incredible to me, the way she just left things off. Like, a couple of things are unresolved, so I'd like to see them get picked back up in the next book. And if it's done right, I do believe that this series has the potential to becoming one of my favorite ones I've ever read, especially in this year or maybe in my entire lifetime. Because I haven't really read too much fantasy like I've been ranting about for the past I don't even know how long, and this can make my ranks. So I would like to see some of that, and I'm super excited. Some of the characters I also said at the beginning of this vlog that I actually hated kind of got redemption in this book, but apparently it gets better in the next one. So I'm excited to continue and see, because I still hate one person and the internet loves this man. So I just want to see, okay, I want to get on the same boat as everyone, because right now I'm in my ACOTAR trenches. I am deep in the fandom. I love it. It's like the most amazing place on the internet for me right now. It's my newest obsession. I want to see, I want to hope it gets better, and hope to the point where I don't hate this guy, because everyone loves him and what he did here. But we shall see. The future, it's got endless possibilities. The next book, I have it. Hopefully I'll pick it up. But I loved it. I like the way it ended. It wasn't all happy, and sometimes you need some of that. And some people got redemption, some didn't. But hopefully it gets better in the next book, and I think it's going to be a 5 stars. That's one of my 5-star predictions. We shall see. But yeah, and that's it. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, whatever. If you're going to read the book, let me know if you do, so I can come hype you up as well. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully I'll see you in my next one. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and please do the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. You know that. I will see you. Bye.